belly fat, love handles, low energy, brain fog. If you're struggling with one of these four, or possibly even the 4 points that I just mentioned, then this video is for you. And what we're going to address here is something simple. And I know probably you've heard that for you to lose weight, for you to lose fat, you just need to be in a calorie deficit or move more and eat less. Well, let me tell you something. Even though that's partially true, that's far from being the only thing that you should be focusing on. And why am I choosing this setup here to talk about this? Because I see way too often people just following this. They move more and they eat less. They do a lot of cardio. They go on crash diets. They are on 1,500 or 1,600 calories. They are doing brutal HIIT classes. They lose fat. They lose weight. They lose muscle. They feel terrible. In a couple of weeks or months, they regain everything. That's not what I want for you. I guarantee that if you watch this until the end, you're going to understand what's the main problem and why you keep struggling. The number one thing to understand is, yes, you need to move more and eat less, but in a smart way. If you just eat less and move more, which is, by the way, the mistake that I see people are making, what's going to happen is that you're going to spike your cortisol. You need to understand stress hormone. Cortisol is a stress hormone. The more you train, the more you lift weights, like 6 days a week, 7 days, if you're not recovering, if you're not sleeping properly, and if you're slashing calories, then you're going to spike your cortisol. Cortisol is a stress hormone. That means it's a hormone that increases the likelihood of you accumulating fat, especially around your belly, around the handles, which will lead to low testosterone. This is a terrible combination. That's why this advice is terrible. Move more and eat less. It's terrible advice. You're going to become skinny fat. You're not going to see the results that you want, even though the scale is going down. More cortisol will lead to more inflammation in your body. So what am I doing now? I'm just walking. This is a type of movement that you can incorporate and you should incorporate because this doesn't increase cortisol. Now, if I'm going to do here a bunch of sprints and running or cycling and excessive cardio, I'm going to spike my cortisol. So every time your cortisol levels are high, you're in a kind of a catabolic state. So your body is destroying muscle. Like, it's a bit strong to say, but I think you're going to understand. The more cortisol, if you have always cortisol in your body, you're going to be in this catabolic state, which is like your body is destroying muscle. And that's a terrible combination. That's why it's super important. Yes, you train smart, but then you recover even smarter. And that's what I'm doing. Like yesterday, I did a full body session, deadlifts, squats, pull-ups, bench press. Today, I'm just recovering. It's 9:30 a.m. I got 10,000 steps, vitamin D, a lot of sun. The radiation is still low, so it's perfect for recovery. Doing a full reset. Tomorrow, I'm going to hit the weights again. So that's one thing that you need to pay attention, which is move more, yes, eat less, of course, in a smart way, but you want your protein always to be high. So you can eat a little bit less, but it depends on what's eating less. Like, are you eating just crap and junk and all these things? Yes, in that case, you should be eating less, or you should be eating more of the right things. And this is something that I usually tell, like, you probably don't need to track calories. Like, I see these people, people are obsessed with tracking calories. Like, if you eat real whole foods, you don't need to track calories. Focus on eating steak, eggs, avocado, cottage cheese, Greek yogurt, like vegetables, fruits. Eat like this, you're going to lose fat. And then just get your steps, like 10, 12,000, 15,000 steps. Train 3 to 4 days a week, and that's more than enough. So cortisol, super important to pay attention. Oftentimes, most of the times neglected. No one talks about the importance of cortisol in fat loss. And what can you do to decrease cortisol? Get a bit of sun, just walk, fix your sleep, meditation, deep breathing. Even though these are the things that you don't see, these are the things that are actually impacting your body. Hormones control everything in your body. Hormones control everything. Control your energy, mood, body composition. Okay, so control your cortisol levels, and you're going to be becoming a fat burning machine. You're going to start getting rid of that stubborn belly fat, the love handles, because most of the times the belly fat and the love handles that you have are a problem with inflammation, excessive cortisol, lack of sleep. You're probably stressed, job, financial stuff, like you're just stressed, or probably you're training 5 days a week and you're sleeping 6 hours. This increases massively your cortisol. So, which leads me to the second point, which is if your cortisol is high, that means your testosterone levels are low, which is a terrible combination. If your testosterone levels are high, your cortisol levels will be low. If cortisol levels are low, you're going to be more likely to have more testosterone in your body, which is a great. Getting vitamin D, getting sunlight, and I'm sorry, I have sweat already entering my eyes. Sunlight is the best way for you to boost your testosterone levels. You're going to get vitamin D, improve your immune function, improve your metabolism, fat burning, boost testosterone. This is super neglected, and I can't stress this enough. And I really hope you take action on this and stop obsessing with the workouts, even though it's important. Stop obsessing with getting the best workouts, more cardio and sweating. Understand the minimal effective dose approach. What's the minimum you can do to get maximum results? Train smart 3 to 4 days a week, get steps, sunlight, deep breathing, meditation, control your cortisol levels. Try to decrease your cortisol. Naturally boost your cortisol. For example, when you wake up, you get a bit of sun, you spike your cortisol, but then you want it to decrease. So understand the timing of caffeine in your body. Like, don't have coffee straight upon waking up. All of these things are important in you managing your cortisol level. If you put this together, your testosterone levels will be better automatically, because if you're going to improve your sleep, that means your cortisol will be lower. You're going to boost your testosterone levels. If you get sun, you decrease your cortisol, you boost your testosterone levels, which is key for you to burn fat and build muscle. So that's basically the message that I wanted for today. A very quick one. I just wanted you to understand here the impact of these two hormones, especially cortisol, in fat loss. Because probably you're watching this, you keep struggling with the belly fat, love handle, brain fog, low energy, and your problem probably is not that you're not doing enough, probably you're doing too much. The problem is that your cortisol levels are elevated. So learn how to control your cortisol levels. You will see your body start getting better, less inflamed, less bloating, more energy, and you're going to start feeling leaner, which is basically here what I'm trying, controlling my cortisol, controlling my testosterone naturally. No crazy workouts. Remember, train smart, be smart, eat smarter, and recover even smarter, and you're going to start seeing the results. If you want my guide on how to decrease cortisol, go to the description down below, download it, and I'll see you on the next one. Now let's keep walking.